Today it's Wednesday, 8th of October, and I don't have the right lens on the camera. I misplaced smaller lens, so it's going to be a little distance from the camera to the lens. I'm going to test the Lombard 44. And on Monday I was on a recycled place or a garbage place or here in Sweden, and I found that red Jonsereds chainsaw there. It was in the metal container, so I managed to take it with me back. As it's standing there, it's cleaned and it is nice looking, and it's a Jonsereds 435, which is a high value chainsaw. Back in the days it has had the highest RPM on chainsaws. Anyway, it's a light little chainsaw, and this is the best of this serial. You have 410 and 420, and you have 435, which is the top model. And behind there you have this, I think it's Canadian, I think it's Fairbanks made. I think that's Canada, 1957 Lombard 44. Very extremely nice. Going to test that. It has old type carburetor with no floating valve, so you need to turn it around when you cut on the side. But it's extremely nice, and I assembled it yesterday. I had it for some years on the Addict, and never had tested it or put it together before now. I put the bar on and the chain on yesterday. I tested it late evening and it started. And well, we see. I never cut with it, and we see if it will restart today. Back to that Jonsereds 435, which I found on the recycle place. It was only missing the starter handle. I put the new starter handle on it, and it started, and runs good. Only one thing, it's the heat in the handle doesn't work. So now I have replaced the starter, made a new starter handle. Even the rope was there. The only thing doesn't work is the heat in the handle. So this is a chainsaw for free. It didn't came with bar cover and no bar, but the brake is working, and even the bar plate was on place. One of them. I think this chainsaw should have two bar plate, outer and inner. But I found a bar cover on the other chainsaw I have, which is very good, but it has a problem to restart after I used it. I don't think this one has. It was not oiling, but I put bar oil, mixed it with gasoline, and after 30 minutes it started to oil again. So it's oiling too. That's common, that it's plugged. Maybe been standing still for many years. And I opened the fuel tank and smelled on the fuel. I shouldn't have done that, but I did. I even pulled with, there was some fuel on it, and it didn't smell like paint, so it was not that bad. But when the oiling was clogged, so it maybe should be very, very old fuel. But it didn't smell too bad, and it started with the fuel it came with too. But that was just to check if it started. I took away the old fuel and put new fuel, and then it runs Very good. That's very normal. That you have to pull a little to get it starting. That was a little more than I like. I didn't even adjust it, but now it's standing in the sun, so maybe I ground it a little by giving it a choke. It's not cold and it's black here, so it could be, I'm not used to it, so it could be sensitive that way. So now it never started this bad before. But it runs and it starts, and I didn't even adjust it. Oh, okay. What was that? Maybe it didn't like to be put on the side. It could be a reaction on that. Okay. Maybe not super good after all. I maybe should give it some service. Could be carburetor. I didn't give it service at all. It could be it is in need of service. Very well could be. Very cool that I found this chainsaw. Now I try to find out if it doesn't get fuel. Feels like that. And I have the adjustment screwdriver with me. doesn't want. So it could be it has some weakness, so it actually round. And when I come back after it's cooling down, probably will start again. It needs to dry up a little. So that was not so funny and not so cool and flawless. But I tell you, I did not do anything with it, about it. So not bad. Could be very good. I saw with it yesterday, and it didn't react like problem chainsaw like now. Typical when you want to film it. Oh, should not say that. I mostly have lock, so I should not complain. No, there is no sign. I wonder if I don't want to spend time on that now. Too tired today, too lazy. So let's try the 435 Jonsereds in the cutting action. Two days ago I found it on recycle place, or I don't know what to tell about it, garbage place, where the dumpster maybe is the right English word for it. Now there is something about the brake. It suddenly engage for some reason. I have a lot of parts for this chainsaw, and I don't think it's oil good enough, but it's cutting good enough. And it started on first pull. adjust it a little. Okay, then I'm going to check out the brake activation and oiling, amount of oiling. I don't find any place to adjust the brake. Very special and nice mechanism. It's very easy to drown. I think I have drowned it now. Okay, it's like it's a little bit bent here on the mechanism. I think I will manage to solve that problem. On the brake mechanism. And it's not oiling at all. So it has some dirt or something blocking in the oil. So I need to put solvent inside the oil chamber. I need to put fuel in the oil chamber to make it thin. And try to put the fuel in the oil chamber. And can I bend on that? I maybe need to put a spacer, one more spacer on. Looks like I need to put a spacer on here. Okay, maybe that was loose. Maybe that's all. I guess it's only this one was loose. Tighten those screws. Maybe that's all need to do. And here is the end of the brake. Those one has loosened. those screws. That was very good because it was easy to fix. And now it has fuel in there, in the oil tank. It's leaking somewhere, somehow, but now it's squirting out that thin fuel out of the oiling hole, and it's in need of service because it's leaking somewhere. It could be just the carburetor is need to tighten the screws, or a new gasket, bagatelle. Could be. You never know. I take out some of the fuel and put some oil in. Become very thin mixture of fuel and bar oil. Obviously it's not, it's a little clogged, but then I get to know the chainsaw, and if I want to make a service on it, maybe change the piston rings and inspect the cylinder and the piston and do the whole thing. Change the crank seals if I can find them. There is the plate. Clean the power, and the brakes is working now. Perfect. Insane good. and it has a fairly good chain, and now I can follow the plan to go to the pine and do cutting with this chainsaw, which I really got for free on the recycle place. Somebody had thrown it away. I think you call it to reclaim. Reclaimed chainsaw. Very good. I put a couple of spacer on the outside there because I don't have the outer bar plate. Not here anyway, maybe I have on my other place. Oh, something wrong there. So it's easy to drown. Could mean I want to have new piston rings. But when I get to know the mood of it, I think I've got it now. I think I will. It starts very easy. Could be the carburetor needs ultrasonic clean, and the needle is don't close really good, and the screws on the carburetor need to be tightened because it's leaking somewhere, or it could be also the main screws on the carburetor doesn't is maybe loose a little, or it could be the crank seals is leaking, or bad gasket. I think I will get it to start right away now. I think I know the tricks. Okay, so it wants to die down now. Okay, after I used it a little, it was not like that yesterday. It was more stable, but now I fumbled a little with the carburetor, and it's maybe start to set a little and open up a little, the leak. There is some leak somewhere. But I was hoping that I could go and cut with it. So why is this? Yeah, good to go to the pine. It is oiling now with a thin oil. It doesn't accept normal mineral oil, bar oil. It wants it exclusively thinner than a normal. And I gave it a little more lean on high, and seems much better because of that. Very little adjustment made it better. Very sensitive on the adjustment, that carburetor seems to be.